I'm Luisa from the Walker Academy, and I'm presenting with my colleague, who is Kofi Asare, who is the Principal Rainwatch Coordinator. We're going to talk to you today about the NIMFRU project and the Rainwatch application. So I'm just going to give a brief introduction of the NIMFRU project. The NIMFRU project aimed to improve the targeting, relevance and communication of flood warnings in Uganda. This was built on the idea of forecast-based financing, and the NIMFRU project operated in the flood-prone region of the Kofi district. To improve the communication of information, the project identified differing vulnerabilities of individuals in the region and built new platforms integrating multiple data streams to provide a holistic understanding that could support forecast-based finance distribution. The project had many different aspects to it, but the aspect this presentation will focus on is the need for multiple actors to be able to communicate and access meaningful rainfall data. Although lots of different information is needed by different actors in the flood protection processes, one of the vital pieces of information needed by policymakers, Met officers, extension workers, disaster response workers, and farmers is rainfall data. In the NIMFRU project, the Uganda National Met Agency, UNMA, and ECOTRUST led several community communication platforms, including the Farmer Voice radio platform, to communicate rainfall information alongside other valuable livelihood information. These platforms made sure that this information was accessible and in understandable formats to help farmers plan ahead, make decisions based on data, and therefore become increasingly resilient. The rainfall information was largely drawn from the Rainwatch platform, and this information was also vital for other stakeholders to access and engage with to ensure that it could be integrated into national disaster management processes. The NIMFRU team ran Rainwatch training sessions with key stakeholders, and through these, the need for an application to make the Rainwatch data mobile and accessible to multiple actors was expressed.
So, assessing and using weather and climate information was an integral part of the NIMFRU project. And this was made possible by accessing information from the open source online Rainwatch platform. The information was meant to help users like farmers and all the other stakeholders to manage their climate risk decisions based on evidence. So Rainwatch allows users, farmers, and all the stakeholders to monitor the season from the very first rainfall event to the last rainfall event. And whilst monitoring the season, they can make relevant decisions that would lead to an improved livelihood options and activities. The feedback received from the users, that is the farmers, that is the water resource managers, disaster risk professionals, also led to the development of the Rainwatch app. But let me also indicate that the Rainwatch platform, which is made up of currently 16 countries and will keep on growing, are these countries which are maintaining and making sure this climate and weather information are available and that can be accessed by the numerous users in these respective countries. And the coordinators of these countries are based at the National Meteorological and Hydro Services of these respective countries across the African region. So when you check from the next slide, you will notice that Rainwatch, after the app was developed, now you have a handy way of accessing the same information on the Rainwatch website on your phone, irrespective of your location. You can access information at a 10 days interval. You can access information on rainy days. You can access information rain day, and a lot more information all in your palm, irrespective of your location, in your house or on your farmland. And this is not the end. On the next slide, you will notice that the app will keep on evolving because based on the feedback we receive from users from our training and engagements, we will keep on adding more features that will help the varied users like the water resource managers, those into disaster, those into agriculture, to access tailor-made information that will help them in their decision making. Please go to the App Store or the Play Store and download the Rainwatch app and have fun with the app in managing your risk. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.